It's very interesting. I'm a teacher of secondary students. You tell them to stay here, a few minutes, they are away. The one you told to be in class, once the teacher leaves, just a few minutes, they are not there. Even the older people, you have to stay in a certain place, but you're meandering around. We are failing. We are struggling with this same instruction that Jesus was giving, that stay in Jerusalem, which is the place where you are going to receive your blessing from. And after receiving it, you can go into the world and spread the gospel to all the world. That was Jesus' instruction. So we want blessings, we want power and success. But we are not ready to wait for it, to follow the instructions to get it. The instruction is stay here. But we are not ready to wait for the process. But we are so much interested in the progress that should come from the process. So when I was writing this, for me I prefer written speeches and everything. So when I'm going to present, I write. So I typed and I said that progress depends on the process. And without the process, there is no progress. So if we want to progress in anything, we have to have the patience to follow the process. Once there is no process, we shall not have the progress. The instruction here, which was part of the process, was stay in Jerusalem. That's the only thing the apostles had to do. This is teaching us to be patient. Jesus told them, you will receive it a few days from now. And I think a few days from now we shall have the Pentecost Sunday, isn't it? That's when the Holy Spirit came. The disciples had to have the patience to wait for that time. Now, many young people lack the patience to stay in Jerusalem. We want quick results without preparation. So the message I bring to you is that everything that we are to achieve, anything that we are to get, we have to be prepared for it. How? Be at the right place, at the right time, and you receive it. And you have to prepare yourself. The children who are going through the system, you're being prepared such that when the right time comes, you're well equipped. At the jobs where we work, your duty is to prepare yourself such that the chance comes, you are there to receive the promotion. In the business where you're working, you have to prepare. You arrange your shelves properly. If it is a catering service, you have to know the preparations, you have to be clean and everything, such that when the customer comes looming, you're best prepared to take that opportunity. But the problem is, we want the results, not the process. And the process involves sometimes preparing and waiting. Christians these days, we desire to be empowered, but without waiting for God. There are very many Christians, even some could be in our midst, but they are burning hot and cold. Today they are at church. This is Sunday. On Tuesday they will be somewhere else. They will go to Fresh Fire. Then from Fresh Fire, they go to one only fire in a certain hut somewhere in Ashidai. So, we want to be empowered, but we are not willing to involve God in our empowerment. People want wealth, but are not willing to invest in the wealth. That is the process. The process of getting the wealth is investing to get to it. Very many people, young children like me, want good marriages, but they are not willing to commit with anyone. You're having you're in multiple affairs, and you're failing to commit to one. So you want the result, which is a good marriage, but you're skipping the process. And once you skip the process, you are setting up yourself to fail. So, people want promotions but are not willing to do the hard work that has to come with it. Your bosses are seeing you constantly. They are observing. You entered that job one day, it was day one, and they started observing you. And after a few times working with them, they have already graded that this one can't manage this one can manage this. So what is it? If they grade you that you're not capable, that means you are there in the workplace, but you didn't prepare for the promotion that you're looking for. But we should learn that God's blessings are tied to obedience and patience. If you leave Jerusalem too soon, you might miss out on empowerment. And also, if you stay in Jerusalem too long, you might fail to do what you are supposed to do. Is it okay? We have to prepare. But after preparing, when we are ready, we have to go into the world and share what we have received. After the apostles received their blessing, they left and went and spread the gospel throughout the whole world. And it is through their work that even me, I'm standing here, and all of us are here, isn't it? One facilitator one time told us that he was brought to school where I work. They normally organize for us sessions in the holiday. He told us that the problem with some people sometimes, we are not settled. You're working here, you work for a term, you go to another workplace for another term, you go for another workplace, another term. So in a year, you've worked in 3 different schools. What was the problem in this? In accordance to him, he said, each time you go to a new job, you have to prove yourself. That you have to prove your worth, and you have to gain the confidence of the people. That's the problem of moving out of Jerusalem too soon. Each time you move, you have to prove yourself again. So, what are you doing? When you're proving yourself again, it's like each time you're in a loop. But if you settle in one place, people can appreciate what you're doing, and they know this one is capable of this. So when they are looking for someone to give something, you're the person they look at. Why? You stayed there and you showed them you are worthy. But you can be worthy, but if you're not settling, if you're not committing, you fail in the thing. Why? You're leaving Jerusalem too soon. Is it okay? You're leaving Jerusalem too soon. My sister-in-law, she ventured into about 4 or 5 businesses in a year. She was trained in tailoring. She did tailoring for about 2 months. My mom is a tailor. She has been tailoring for over 15 years. So she could come and ask, "Hey mama, when I come here, business here for you, you're getting money from it. But for me, I see no customers." So she did the tailoring. About 3 months, she left it. She ventured into candle making. She made candles, she tried selling, then she said there are no customers. Then she said, now I failed doing my own. Let me go and look for work somewhere. She got to work somewhere to be a housemaid. Daytime housemaid. Doesn't sleep there, but goes treks to and fro every day. She did that work for some time. Then she also said the work the other woman is very bad, I cannot manage her. She left. She then went into, she said, now I'm going to start working from my home. I wash people's clothes, you call me, I wash, and you pay me. After some time, she said, that work is also hard. People give you a lot of clothes and they give you small money. She left. She now said, now I want to go to Saudi. She got a passport successfully. She was contracted to work there for 2 years. She barely completed a year. She said, these things are very hard, I cannot manage. Now currently, she's a humble housewife. Seated at home, she's no longer complaining, not looking for work. She believes all those things failed. When you tell her this, then she has a reason. She already tried that. You tell her this, she already tried that. So she has failed in everything because she failed to commit herself to one. She failed on all her businesses because she lacked the patience to wait for the process. Sometimes it might be hard in the beginning, but as time moves by, you can achieve from it. Some things don't come immediately. My mother could tell her that I have worked there was a time I could come and sit with my machine and I don't get a customer. And I go home. And I come back the next day. Now you see in my shop, you think that I came here in a day, or 1 or 2, and I knew what to do. She could tell her, there are sometimes people could bring me clothes and I even don't know what to do with them. Someone has brought a new cloth, and I look at it and I was like, what I spoiled this one's cloth? But persevere, stay there. Each time you're staying, each time you're committing, you're learning something new. And each time you're persevering in that thing, you're becoming better at it. So, I'm advising today that let's learn to do what? To commit to one thing. Such that we learn to be the best at it. Mr. Kalyango one time told us that there is no bad job. And even yesterday in the seminar, I think Honorable told us that a bad job is one that doesn't give you money. I remember that statement. So he told us that, imagine shoe shiners. You know shoe shiners? They normally be in town. Just shining your shoe and you give some small money. He said, very many times those people are despised. But imagine, if you're so good at shoe shining that you are shoe shiner to the Pope, is it still a bad job? No. A shoe shiner for the Pope. Very many people would want to work for the Pope. And now for you, you're having contact with the Pope, you're shining his shoe. You will even be proud that my father is the one that is shining, that worked on the Pope's shoe. That's something big, isn't it? But what do you have to do? You have to commit such that you become one of the best at that. Now students want good grades, but they refuse to stay in Jerusalem. They were sent to school. That's okay. One time a student said, they were sending them for prep, and he said, you can force a cow to go to the well, but you cannot force it to drink water. And he's saying it very arrogant and very happy. You cannot force it to drink water. Master, you send us there and we sleep. And when we see the teacher coming to supervise, we shall wake. They will wake us up. You will not catch us. We are sent to school, but he's refusing to stay in Jerusalem. You have only one task in the school, is to read your what? Your books. That is the process to get the success in the school. And by you failing to stay the students, that is how your dreams die. A doctor ends up somewhere else. Biology guy. So, The students for good grades stay in Jerusalem and do what you have to. Read the what? The books. People complain. Our choir is very bad. That choir is not serious. But they have been invited multiple times to join that choir and they've refrained to go in it. And I tell people, if you're complaining that your choir is not so good, you join and bring your goodness in it. Then in that way, we shall build something better. In each thing that we do, if everyone brings a certain effort, we can make something better. Your small participation in this church is the reason why this church is standing today. Just by you coming to the church is the reason why the church is still running. By you coming to a fellowship on a Sunday evening, that is what will make that fellowship to grow. But if you don't come and you claim it is boring, that's how it dies. And after you say, these people failed, and you then, I knew they would fail, they couldn't manage. In this place, that's what we cannot do. Something is failing because you're not accepting yourself to participate in it. Bring your ideology, it will make the event better. Bring your participation to the choir, to the youth, into the Sunday school, Mothers Union, CMF, and we shall make it a better project to be in. Now, if we read this text, we see that even the apostles themselves, they were impatient. Jesus was going into heaven, and immediately they asked, Lord, are you at this time going to restore the kingdom of Israel? They wanted immediate results, forgetting the what? The process. And Jesus gave them an intelligent reply, that it is not him to do what? To decide about that, it is only the what? The Father. Jesus was reminding them about the process, that they were not ready to do what? To receive. They were not ready to follow. If we look in the Bible, we see Joseph in Egypt. He was sold by his brothers, he suffered, but what did he do? In all this process, he prepared himself by making himself good until he caught the eye of the Pharaoh, and he was made the governor. The process might be hard, but if we persevere in it, we can become better at it. And that's how we shall receive good results. Anointment itself only is not enough. We also need to do what? To invest in. David was anointed to become king, but he had to wait. Saul had to make him suffer. He had to go to hiding. That was the process that made him a better leader. So, anointment has to come together with hard work. That's when, and perseverance. Sometimes it is not what? Easy. Jesus himself, he spent about his early childhood without beginning his ministry yet. What was he waiting for? He was waiting to be ready. And in all that time, he had a duty of making himself waiting for the appropriate time for his blessings to come unto him. So, what am I saying in all this? That in our workplaces is that staying in one place can help you grow steadily. That's one of the things that we can enjoy in staying in Jerusalem. It can help you to grow steadily and is sometimes more fruitful than quick gains. Why? If you commit, you become consistent. And consistency builds a habit. And the habit builds a character. And the character becomes your identity. And everything that the world is going to throw up unto you depends on your identity. There are things they cannot bring it to you because they know you don't accept that. That's your identity. Where did you get it from? By being consistent in what you do. So, the consistency builds the habits build your character builds your identity. Everything that you're going to get or lose will depend on what character you are, what do people normally see you do. Sometimes don't blame people for always taking in a certain way. They are taking in that way because that's what you showed them is you. That's what you portrayed unto them. That's your character trait. When you find a woman who is quarrelsome in an area, even if it is a tenement or musical, if this lady stays in that musical, and all the other, maybe there are 5 musical, and they keep on shifting, you find this lady is constantly finding a new neighbor to go around bickering with. Today is quarreling with this one, tomorrow is quarreling with the other one. Then, in relationships, let's wait in Jerusalem such that God shapes the character. The youth here, marriage is the next chapter for us. We cannot dodge it. I am here alone, and I did not tell you that anyone sent you greetings. No one sent you greetings from my home, simply because I carried my keys. And I didn't carry my keys because I'm worried I will not find someone home. I carried my keys because there is no one home. So, marriage is the next thing that we have to do. So there is no way that we can dodge the process of the relationships. And what do we have to do? You have to commit to at least to one relation. And that is the one you finally come and make a final commitment with at church. If you're not ready to commit with anybody, then you're not ready for marriage. So, let us get to commit. Then we pray, study, and fellowship. Those are parts of the things that we should keep in Jerusalem. Now, lastly, patience. I've spoken about patience a lot. But let me tell you, patience is not passive. Red David said that patience is not passive waiting. It is active acceptance of the process required to attain goals. Don't just sit there that I'm waiting in Jerusalem while doing nothing. I said in the beginning, we have to prepare ourselves and make ourselves ready such that when the right time and the right place arrives, we are ready to take on. And to conclude, I say that stay in Jerusalem, don't rush the process. Don't abandon the place of preparation. Don't abandon your parents. They prepared you a lot. That was your place of preparation. Don't forget them. Your blessing, your empowerment, your success will meet you there. But they'll meet you there if you're also prepared and ready. So where is your Jerusalem today? Is it your workplace? Is it your studies? Is it your ministry or your family? Stay there faithfully. Do not rush away. For in the right season, God will empower you and blessings will meet you there where He blessed you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Love for God's stuff. You need to be stand up.